Hello, my name is Zenel, and today we are going to be watching Scary Skinwalker Horror Story animated by Axeman Cartoons. Now, to be honest, when I was I think around 8 or 7, my brother showed me this video. I don't remember much, so it's still going to be really fresh, a fresh reaction. But all I remember was that I got traumatized and couldn't sleep for about days. But let's check out how this animation evolved over time, so check it out. Now before we get into this, I'm sorry if I'm pausing this. It might be a little, loud, or maybe they'll explain it here, but I'll explain it. So apparently in the Navajo culture, there's a thing called a skinwalker. It's basically a guy who murders his family and wears the skin of a coyote, and he can transform to any animal at any time, anywhere he wants to. He can turn into a bird, anything that's around him he can turn into. It's like a deer, a coyote, all that stuff, and it's basically only there to just torment a village or something, But enough talking, let's get into this. Scary stuff. Is the captions on? I think they're on. There he is, the coyote. Good animation.
My family and I live in Arizona, and we occasionally visit our Navajo family in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
See, I was right.
We left early to get there by noon or less. It is a very long and boring trip there. But we get there before noon and we have time to mess around and talk with our extended family. And we, kids.
Bro, I remember having so many stories about, basically our childhood, I remember just going hunting and camping and stuff like that. Hunting was really fun. It's a fun experience, and then we have our campsite, and I love the fresh air instead of just commercials and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, like the gas station and stuff. I just love the fresh, nice air. So it's not gonna let that last too long because, America.
Start to play around till the evening starts to show.
Fortnite. You ruined the whole scary.
The house is too small for everyone to fit and sleep in. Some of the kids have to sleep in the trailer and truck camper, but 2 of my cousins and I had the amazing luck of sleeping in the old, slightly torn tent.
Alrighty. Okay, first of all, that's a bad idea. I know you got nowhere else to sleep, but outside in a tent where a skinwalker could be? Come on, man. You can do better than that. Oh.
We are
Coyotes. Yo, skinwalkers are actually pretty terrifying. I don't know if they're real or not. They're probably real, to be honest. But skinwalkers are freaking scary. They're terrifying. Just the thought about a man turning into a coyote like that. Just like that. It's crazy. But yeah. Let's get on to the video.
I'm asleep at this point, and for some unknown reason I wake up. Of course, I'm still tired and rubbing my eyes while yawning, meaning I wasn't well aware.
I like the uncanniness of this animation, Makes your heart adrenaline a bit if you're watching it at night.
Of my surroundings. Once I finish rubbing my eyes, I look straight at the entrance of the tent and see a figure illuminated by the back porch light standing in front of the tent. At first I was scared, but thought it was my other cousins just messing with us. As this person was still standing outside our tent looking at us, I turned to one of my older cousins who was 2 years older than me to wake him up and tell him that someone was standing outside of our tent. He tries to brush me off, but I persist and he turns to me and asks me what I wanted. I tell him to look at the entrance of the tent, and he does. I never seen someone go from the brink of sleep to sheer panic and alertness in their eyes that fast before. He looks at me with this panicked face and tells me to be quiet. He whispers to me that it's a skinwalker and that we need to be quiet again. We lay there for the longest time, and from my memory, it was at least an hour or more.
Okay, that is terrifying. Like, just imagine you're at a tent. You know, it's already freezing because it's outside. You know, you wake up all of a sudden, you see this tall, lanky figure just there. You don't know what it wants. You don't know what's its motivations. All you know is that if that thing comes close, we're dead. That's it. Either the fight.
We were just about to go back to sleep because it hadn't done anything.
Alright.
Then it started to move around the tent.
I hate that. No. Oh. That's terrifying.
Remember when I said this was an old tent? Yeah, it had some holes in it.
Pretty much. What are you gonna do?
One of the holes was the size of a quarter, and I decided to be brave. As it continues to walk around the tent a fourth time, I slowly crawl towards the hole and try to take a look. As I did this, my cousin told me to get back to the bed or it'll hurt us.
Yeah, don't.
Of course, as a kid, I ignored the warning.
Come on.
I'm at the quarter-size hole and looking out to see whatever it was. It comes around the hole, and what I saw was bone-chilling. I bolt back and hide under my sleeping bag while my cousin does the same. This thing decided to stop moving and start looking at us again. I hid under the covers and spent every ounce of energy being scared. And then I finally fell asleep.
Jesus, that's terrifying. Scorpion. I love the sound design. It's really nice. The animation is great. It's peak.
I woke up early, maybe around 5, and I decided to look around the tent to see if there was anything there. I see footprints, bare footprints that send shivers throughout my body. I saw the footprints move around the tent. This hit me hard because I was now realizing it wasn't a dream. As I further investigate the footprints, I noticed that it went off track. It went off to the rocky hills nearby where we were staying at. I followed the track to the hills, about a football field away from the house. As I continue to follow the tracks, something strange and scary happens. It goes from 2 footprints walking for a while to footprints and handprints in the dirt starting to form. I found that kinda strange because no person would do that out here. As I followed the tracks further into the hills, the hands and feet started to get smaller and smaller. It then subtly changed into coyote paw prints.
Oh no.
That is when I stopped and turned back home, first walking fast, then onto a full-on run.
Back to your base.
When I got back, I sat down on the back porch for a while and thought about telling my family, but I didn't think that they would believe me.
Who would?
In the end, I didn't tell anyone, even the cousin I woke up in the middle of the night. Well, that's my story. I urge you guys to not go into the Navajo reservation to go looking for them. You will bite off more than you can chew. We, my people, take these beings very seriously and do our best to not talk about them. Even though I broke this code, I just thought to warn you guys about them. Whoever is listening are the first people to hear this story. I had a few more stories to tell, but this is by far the scariest one I had.
Yeah, don't fuck with that shit, man. Narrated by Corp's husband. I'll put the credits in here, so I won't get copyrighted. And Axeman 2018. Damn, long time.
Axeman for animating this video for him to make. It would mean a lot to the setting. Story video for you all.
Stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's that's terrifying. That's borderline terrifying. Like, oh. So this story actually happened to me. I'm going to be telling you a scary story since more views or some crap, but the story actually happened to me when I was a child, and it's pretty freaking terrifying. So basically, we used to live in this old house. Like those houses where you can, take off the ground and move it to someplace else. You know what I'm saying. So when I was a kid, I used to see this old man in the corner of my room, and I would scream on the top of my lungs and tell my mom about it. She completely believed me. Our family believes in the supernatural. So, but one day, while I was sleeping, I woke up in the middle of the night. No man in the corner. I was like, yes! But then I felt a sharp pain in my legs. It was claws. It felt like claws were grabbing tight onto my legs. I leaped off of the bed, told my mom about it, who was watching TV about it. And then obviously we prayed and blah blah blah. And that's pretty much the end. But yeah, it's a little spooky story. We have a lot of stories, but I feel like I could tell you this one since it's literally just about me.